Hello and welcome to a new YouTube video. My name is Lucas and today I'm going to talk all about my favorite shoe of this year, many people's favorite shoes from this summer, and that is the Adidas Samba. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Hopefully you enjoy the video. But before we talk about the Adidas Samba, I'm just going to go back and talk a little bit about the history and how Adidas as a company itself started. Now, it was founded in 1924 by Adolf Dassler, who was later joined by his brother Rudolf, and originally they operated under the name, this is the name in German, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it loosely translates to Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. They originally started making spiked running shoes for track and field athletes, similar to how Nike started with Phil Knight and his running shoes in Oregon. Now in 1933, the brothers joined the Nazi Party of Germany. The company still ran, and they were supplying shoes for the Wehrmacht, probably butchered that pronunciation as well, basically the German army, the German defense force. And they actually did kind of start making the Gats, as we know them these days, German army trainers. Probably Margiela's most popular shoe, maybe overtaken by the Tabbies, but they're very well known for the Gats. And then in 1949, the brothers' relationship kind of fell apart and Adolf started Adidas, Adolf Dassler, Adidas, whatever. And his brother Rudolf started Puma, which was meant to rival Adidas. And then in 1952, Rudolf acquired the three stripes logo that we know Adidas from today, from Finnish brand Karhu, which is actually still around these days. I didn't even know that he got the logo from Karhu. But essentially he paid them 2 bottles of whiskey and the equivalent to today's time 1,600 euros, so very cheap. So now talking about the Samba, the very first iteration of the Samba was designed in 1949. It was a mid-top shoe. It was designed for footballers to be able to train and play in icy, hard, wet conditions. The picture here obviously looks nothing like what the Samba looks like today, but I thought that was very interesting. It was first introduced in the 1950 World Cup in Brazil, hence this is where the name Samba came from. It's a very popular South American Brazilian dance and music style, so that's where they adopted the name from. And over the years, the Samba silhouette changed drastically, and with this change, it kind of moved away from outdoor football and went more towards indoor football. It became a very popular shoe for indoor football, futsal, and then in the 90s as well, it became popular amongst skaters due to its durability and its traction and the very nice gum sole that it provided for them. Now fast forward to the 2020s, and while it is still a very prominent shoe in the indoor football scene, I would say since 2021, maybe 2022, it's definitely more known for a fashion shoe at this point, I would say. And we've seen it being the it sneaker of 2023. A lot of celebrities have been seen wearing it over the past couple of years. It's been very, very big on TikTok. It's become extremely trendy, which some people like, some people kind of don't like it. Personally, for myself, I love Sambas. I have like four different pairs of them. I wear them probably almost every day of the week. I've destroyed them, I've beat them up, but they're extremely comfortable. Obviously, they're timeless. They've been around for 60, 70 years. And yeah, like everybody wears them. They go well with shorts, they go well with obviously they go well with shorts, they go well with pants. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. I've seen tons of people style them extremely well. Obviously, if you're watching this video and if you've made it this far, I'm sure you're aware you probably own a pair of Sambas. And I'd like to see, they're becoming more readily available these days, I would say. I know earlier this year, they were extremely hard to get. But if you walk into an Adidas store or a Foot Locker or JD Sports, whatever, you can probably find them around. So based on the timeless silhouette, it's been around for 70 years, like I said. I don't see it going anywhere. Maybe it might lose a little bit of its mainstream attention when the next trendy sneaker comes along, but for me, it's always going to be part of my rotation. I think a lot of people are going to be wearing them. I know in the UK, they're very, very popular, obviously with like the bloat core, if you want to call it that, trend that we saw last summer and again this summer. But since it is such a popular indoor football shoe, it's very big in the UK, South America, all throughout Europe, and now I think in North America, people are definitely starting to catch on to that. Now I'm quickly going to talk about a few other timeless Adidas silhouettes. They don't only have the Samba, there are numerous timeless Adidas silhouettes that have been around for 50, 60, 70 years, such as the Samba. Another one that's very popular, I would say even maybe more popular than the Samba, that is the Adidas Superstar, which Adidas used in 1969 to break into the American basketball market and to compete with Converse. Converse was having a monopoly on the NBA at this point. And then by 1973, over 75% of NBA players were actually wearing Adidas Superstars. And now in 2023, the Superstar, I believe they just had their, what was it, 50 something? They just had a big anniversary, and they're pumping out lots of pairs. Dime just did a collaboration with them. And personally, I've never really been that big of a fan of Superstars, but if I walk around, I see a lot of people wearing them. People that aren't even necessarily into fashion. It's just a great shoe to wear. Like I said, it's timeless. The silhouette's beautiful. Classic white 3 stripes with the shell toe. Before I go too far, actually, I'm going to talk about Sambas as well. Probably one of the better shoes, I would say, that we've seen collabs on in the past 3-4 years. Starting off with probably the most popular, the most sought after, is the Wales Bonner collab. Now this actually started in 2020. They did a couple of brown pairs, and since then I want to say they've been releasing pairs for every season. I could be wrong, but I have 3 pairs of Wales Bonner Sambas currently. I don't have the OG brown ones, which are probably actually my favorite ones, but Wales Bonner and Adidas have been killing it. They sell out pretty much instantly. They resell for a lot. Probably the best collab, I would say, in my personal opinion, that Adidas has done on the Samba. Then they've also done Kith. I know they release a lot of Samba collabs, I think probably every season as well. They just did that recent one. It was like Kith, Clarks, and Adidas Samba. Those are beautiful. And then they've also done collabs just recently with Sporty and Rich and FA. They've done a collab with that and Jason Dill. Probably one of my favorite pairs as well. I have the Jason Dill ones. Wear them a lot. They are destroyed. I would definitely need to re-up on those. Now even this year, I think they're new. This year, maybe last summer, we've seen the Adidas Velo Samba, which is actually a cycling shoe. So I guess, you know, really, there is really an Adidas Samba for everybody. It's a Samba for every occasion. Casually, if you want to play football, if you're going out for a cycle, you really can't go wrong with any pair of Adidas Sambas. And the Velo Sambas actually, the colorways are actually quite nice. I don't have a road bike yet, but if I did, hopefully next summer I can get one. And then I would definitely get a pair of the Velo Sambas, because they're obviously not standard cycling shoes, so I could park my bike and go get a coffee or something. I wouldn't have to walk around or carry a pair of shoes in my backpack. So the Velo Sambas are incredible. I think Adidas did a really smart thing making them. And then a few other classic Adidas shoes that we have seen a lot of are the Stan Smiths and even the Gazelles. They've been around since the 60s and 70s respectfully. Stan Smiths, more known for tennis, but these days you don't really see anyone wearing in tennis, but you do see a lot of people wearing them around. And then Gazelles are just a great alternative to Sambas if you can't find a Samba, and they've been around for a long time as well. So that is the history of the Adidas Samba. A little bit on the Superstar, not so much on the Gazelles and Stan Smiths, but 4 Adidas shoes that you're bound to see if you're out walking in the streets. Even on people that aren't as necessarily into fashion as we are, I would imagine. But yeah, Adidas definitely has risen back up to the top of the footwear pyramid, in my opinion. I think for me, I wear a lot more Adidas than I wear Nikes. That didn't used to be the case, but Adidas has been killing it lately. I'd love to see it, and yeah, I'm sure he'll continue to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.